Tonight we are going in depth on an issue Tulsa's investigative reporter Janna Clark has been asking about for years. What's in the water in the Arkansas River? The same river that is now open to the public for certain recreational activities. In a Fox 23 exclusive investigation, Janna found a little girl who was in the hospital for a total of 5 days after the city's big dam party. Her mother thinks she got sick after playing in the river.
I talked to a 9-year-old girl who told me she came right here to play in the Arkansas River. She and her mom both believe that doing that made her really sick.
So where did you start? Was it way beyond there, like over there?
Brenda Biskey asked her 9-year-old daughter Eden more about what happened the day she came to the wave park at the Arkansas River. Brenda wasn't with her kids that day. Eden came here to play on the busy opening weekend on Labor Day with her dad and brother.
I went on the tube with my dad and 12-year-old brother.
Eden told me she rode down the flume on a tube. How many times do you think you went down the flume?
5 or 4 times.
She wasn't wearing a life vest and says she kept falling off the tube into the water.
So do you see those like big bumps over there when you go down? That's where I fell off. Because it goes like and then quickly goes like that, so I can't hold on.
Eden told me when she fell into the water, she panicked.
Very scary. I thought I was gonna die.
She, when they were rafting, fell off numerous times and had drank a lot of the water. A couple times she got trapped underneath the raft.
Well, I swallowed a lot of water.
She said she was miserable the 4th round through, was kind of crying and just saying she was done with it, just drinking a lot. She said she was choking a lot through that, so I think she just took in a lot of the water.
I wanted to stop because I didn't want to die.
Eden did stop and went home.
The next day, she had developed a fever. It was like 102. The following day, it was like 104.7. And I took her to the ER that night because she was having trouble breathing.
Eden doesn't remember much about being sick, just that her temperature got really high.
104.9.
It was scary. Yeah, her fever was really high. She just was very lethargic.
At the ER, a doctor gave Eden antibiotics and told Brenda about water quality issues in the Arkansas River. The doctor told her it had been closed Sunday, the day before Eden played in the flume.
The first doctor informed me about the closure here and printed up the article.
Brenda says the doctor printed off this story that aired on Fox 23 News and gave it to her. It says, Wave Park at Zinc Lake closed due to water quality concerns.
She said, oh yeah, it was all over the news. And I didn't know about it. And my first thought was, why would they open it up again on Labor Day if they were closing it because of that on Sunday and all these people were in the water? It didn't make sense to me.
The doctor wrote this on Eden's report. I am concerned that the river water may have started a bacterial infection. 5 days later, Eden's fever was still high, so Brenda brought her back to the hospital. Doctors then diagnosed Eden with bacterial pneumonia and put her on a heavier dose of IV antibiotics.
The doctor said it was likely some bacteria in the water. Yeah.
So they just flat out said it?
Yeah.
Since January, the city started testing the Arkansas River for bacteria. The results go on this dashboard, so anyone can check. I've told you how some of the testing sites on the river have shown high levels of bacteria called E. coli. The numbers have been especially high this summer. Since the temps have gone down, so have the levels of bacteria.
This is where you flipped? Right here? You fell off?
That's where it is.
After 4 more days in the hospital, Eden got better. Even though she doesn't remember a lot about being sick, she does remember this about the hospital.
I got popsicles and I got to watch like movies.
My daughter is generally healthy, like she just is. She's never been this sick before.
Brenda told me she wanted to talk to me about this to let other parents know what happened to Eden.
When you have real life experiences of family members getting sick and very ill, that's something different.
But what is your assessment of what's in the water?
I would never let them come back here. I think that parents need to know about this, and I understand like the excitement of, do the fun thing and rafting and all that, but at the expense of getting sick because of bacteria in the water, I mean, that's not worth it. So I think that they need to do something here, like to clean it up.
In fact, Eden told me about something she thinks she must have swallowed when she fell in the water.
The next morning, I found a piece of a trash bag in my throat.
How did you find that?
I was brushing my teeth, and I was choking, and then I saw a shadow in the back of my throat, so I just took my fingers and went like that, and then I found something, so I just pulled it out, and it was a white trash bag.
How big was it?
Maybe this big.
What did you think about that when you saw that?
I was just like, this is not expected, and then just threw it away.
I mean, just look at it. The water's not that clean. I mean, God knows what's in there.
As for what Eden thinks now,
I think I got sick because the water has a lot of bacteria in it. I didn't want to come back.
for now, Eden will play it safe
With you.
and just walk with Mom alongside the river.
I'm glad you're better.
In Midtown Tulsa, covering news that matters, Janna Clark, Fox 23 News.
There is a system in place to help you figure out the quality of water in the river. Let's go to Janna again, who now explains how the city tests the water and what they found around the days when Eden actually played at the wave park.
Tulsa's Arkansas River has a history of questionable water quality. These Tulsa Health Department signs used to be posted along the banks of the river. They warned people about getting in the water. I've told you that since 2012, no one had been testing the river as it flows through Tulsa until the city started this past January. The city takes samples for the bacteria E. coli on Tuesday and Thursday and posts results to the public dashboard on Wednesday and Friday. Since 9-year-old Eden Biskey played in the wave park on Labor Day, a Monday, we don't have any test results from that day. 4 days before Eden played at the flume, the bacteria sample taken at the kayak gate showed an acceptable number, 18.7. The Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality considers a 30-day mean below 126 colony-forming units per 100 milliliters of water as safe. A sample gathered the day after Eden was at the river showed the bacteria levels went up from 18.7 to 98.5, but that's still considered to be within the acceptable level. The city's water quality dashboard shows two numbers for E. coli, the day of sample and a 30-day geometric mean. Take a look at this chart. The red line shows the standard, what's considered an okay amount of E. coli by DEQ. Since early June, the two sites on the West Bank have been below the red line and show acceptable levels. But on the East Bank, it's been a different story. The tests at the kayak flume were too high from mid-July right up to Labor Day weekend. At the I-244 bridge, it's been too high since early June. The city has repeatedly said people need to check the dashboard and make a decision for themselves about getting on the water. Experts say one of the biggest dangers is getting water in your mouth or in an open wound. Eden's mom thinks that when her little girl fell in the water and swallowed it, that's how Eden got sick.
Just to understand how much water Eden swallowed, Janna spoke with Eden and Brenda at the low water dam and cut this special piece for us here at 6:30 about how everything played out.
The first time I thought I was going to die because we were literally like right there and the water was pushing me towards that one. So I had to swim all the way over there.
The fourth time around, she was really upset and drinking a lot, and so
I thought I was going to drown. Just panicked, scared.
So when the doctor informed me about this closure and everything, I just kind of like connected the dots, and I think this is kind of why she was sick.
Will you let her get back in the river?
I won't.
What would you want parents to know?
Just do your research and make sure that you're, informed before you, put your kids in the water. I don't know what testing has been done, but I just think that there needs to be more.
The city of Tulsa continues to reiterate its insistence that even though playing on the water is allowed, like kayaks and tubes, they don't want people to swim in the water. Here is their response. We're going to read it to you in full. Quote, Zinc Lake and the Tulsa Wave Park are both untreated surface bodies of water, just as you would find anywhere else in the country. There is always a level of risk in any body of water you enter, which is why it is so important to know your risk level and follow the posted safety guidelines. They go on to say, as is stated on the water quality dashboard, water quality in a moving water body is constantly changing. Good and bad bacteria are always present in varying amounts and locations. Everyone makes their own decisions on whether and how to recreate. Elderly, young, children, and immunocompromised individuals may be more susceptible to bacteria. Janna also asked the Tulsa County Health Department about this, and they said since bacterial pneumonia can be caused by various bacteria, it would be difficult to figure out if bacteria specifically from the Arkansas River alone is to blame here.